You know what time it is? I can't see with this thing on, but how's it going, guys? It is MWT here with another NBA recap video, December 28th, 2019 games. We gotta go over that really quickly. First, I need you to subscribe to the channel, post notifications turned on, and like the video. We got 14 games to go over, so I gotta get through these really quickly. First game, Denver beat the Memphis Grizzlies 119 to 110, the final score. And Memphis had a 42-point to 37-point fourth quarter. That wasn't enough. Memphis's main scorer, Jaren Jackson Jr., he had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. And for Denver, it was Nikola Jokic. Incredible game that he had. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal. A plus 23 of the night. Now, matchup-wise, the Grizzlies never led, and the Denver Nuggets were up by 23 points 3 different times in the second quarter. That's pretty much, and they held on to the lead for a long time. So, good job to Denver. They played incredibly well, and I think Jokic will be an all-star. He'll be an all-star again. Now, Toronto beat the Boston Celtics, but it's the score, 113 to 97, that I have a problem with. Yeah, pretty much. Boston didn't play their best. They didn't play their best game of basketball. Toronto's main score was that flopping fish known as Kyle Lowry. 30 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, but 6 turnovers. And for Boston, it was Kemba Walker. 30 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Matchup-wise, Celtics never led. They were tied 4 different times, but they never led. And the Raptors were up by 17 points in the fourth quarter. They completely demolished the Boston Celtics in this game. It's very sad. Just very sad. Yeah. Now, New Orleans beat the Indiana Pacers 120 to 98. I believe I got this game wrong, too. I'm very sad. I just want to, yeah. I'll explain what happened in this game, but basically the 3 Holiday brothers, they set an NBA record for being the first trio to ever, to be on the court at the same time. All 3 were on the court at the same time. They set the record. Aaron Holiday was the main scorer, 25 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. New Orleans, their main scorer was Brandon Ingram again, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Matchup-wise, the Pacers were up by 13 points at the beginning of the second quarter, and then they let the Pelicans go up by 26 points in the fourth. So pretty sad. Sorry about that. The Pelicans are up by 26 points in the fourth quarter. That pretty much ends this game. That pretty much ends this game as we know it. And then, what was the next one? Miami beat the Philadelphia 76ers in overtime. Okay, so I watched the end of regulation in this game. I watched the end of the regulation. It was insane. It was an insane last few minutes for regulation. I was on the verge of crying, pretty much. But Miami did pull it out again at home. They are really great. They're a great team. Joel Embiid was the main scorer for the Philadelphia 76ers. 35 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Miami's main scorer was Jimmy Butler. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. No turnovers. He was absolutely dominant in this game. Matchup-wise, the Sixers were up by 8 points 5 different times in the second quarter. And then the Heat went up by 10 in the third. And then it was pretty much back and forth after that. And it was the craziest last minute that I've ever seen in an NBA game regulation-wise. And then the Heat pulled it out in the end and won this game. And I'm pretty surprised, actually, by that. Pretty much surprised. Now, what happened? Washington. Oh, man, they were really pulling out a lot of crazy tricks. 107 to 100, the final score. New York Knicks win. The Knicks win. Julius Randle's the main scorer for the Knicks. 30 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 5 turnovers. Washington's main scorer tied between two players. Isaiah Thomas, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Or it was Jordan McRae, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. This case, if I had to pick one player, I would say Isaiah Thomas had the better game, but I'm going to go with Jordan McRae off the bench. I'm going to take him over anything. Now, the Wizards were up by 5 points in the first quarter, and then New York went up by 15 points in the third quarter. Now, they blew that lead, but then New York came back and won the game by 7, so I have no words. I have no words for that. Yeah, this happened. The Atlanta Hawks lost to the Bulls big time. My Bulls beat them Atlanta Hawks 116-81. Atlanta's main scorer was John Collins, 34 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. For Chicago, it was Lauri Markkanen, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Okay, and then matchup-wise, the Hawks were up by 4 points. That was at the beginning of the game. Then the Bulls went on a tear, went up by 35 points, in which they won by 35 points. My Bulls, man. Getting stuff done. Getting stuff done. That's what you need to do sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get it done. Now, next game. Houston. Houston beat the Brooklyn Nets completely. 108-98. Wow. 108-98. Houston had a 42-point first quarter. 42-point to 20-point first quarter. Yep, they're coming back. Brooklyn, main scorer Spencer Dinwiddie, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 turnovers there, though. Houston, James Harden, 44 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Now he's only shooting 4 free throws. Ain't that great, right? Yeah, Brooklyn was up by 3 points 3 different times in the first quarter. Then the Houston Rockets went up by 22 points, in which they blew that in the fourth quarter, but then they regained the lead and won the game by 10. Nope. You can't do that and still win. Now, Cleveland beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know how. I don't know how this happened. What is going on in Timberwolves land? 94-88, the final score. 94-88. Cleveland's main scorer was tied between two players. Colin Sexton, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, but he had 6 turnovers. Darius Garland, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, but he had 5 turnovers. In this case, the better player was Darius Garland. Minnesota, main scorer off the bench, Jeff Teague, 18 points, 4 assists, 1 steal. Matchup-wise, the Timberwolves were up by 2 points. That was the very first bucket of the game. And the Cavs went up by 12 points. And then it was pretty much a game for the Cavs until the fourth quarter, which they blew that lead. And then they went up and won the game by 6. That's definitely what happened. That's my actual representation of the game. It's like... Now, Milwaukee beat the Orlando Magic. I don't think they had Giannis. This team is still dangerous without Giannis. 111-100, the final score. Now, I'm sitting here. I'm actually crying right now. Orlando's main scorer was Evan Fournier. 23 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. And for Milwaukee, yep, Giannis didn't play. Chris Middleton, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Matchup-wise, the Magic were up by 2 points, the very first bucket of the game, and then the Bucks went up by 19 in the second quarter. Almost blew that, but they won the game by 11. All right, cool. It's a sad day. It's just a sad day. Now, San Antonio beat the brakes off the Detroit Pistons. They destroyed them. They completely demolished them. 136-109, the final score, because they had a 42-point to 25-point third quarter. Hey, 40-point quarters, they're coming back. Detroit's main scorer off the bench, Derrick Rose, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. For San Antonio, DeMar DeRozan, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. 8 assists. The Pistons were up by 6 points in the second quarter, and then the Spurs led the way for the entire second half, and they were up by 29 points towards the end of the game, won the game by 27. See, this is the Spurs team that has to play every night. They have to play like that every night, and I'm scared. Don't ask me why I'm scared. Now, the Dallas Mavericks completely demolished the Warriors as well. 141 to 121. 141. Mavericks scored 141. Both teams had a 41-point first quarter. 41 to 41 in the first quarter. But the Dallas Mavericks had a 45-point third quarter. Doncic led the way for Dallas with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, 2 steals. Golden State, D'Angelo Russell, 35 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Matchup-wise, I told you already, 45 to 24-point third quarter. And that's what helped them because the Warriors were up by 9 points in the first quarter. And then the Mavericks went up by 30 in the fourth. Won the game by 20. I'm scared for whoever has to play Dallas in the first round. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm pretty much guessing it's going to be the Houston Rockets. Yep, that's going to be scary. Now, the Suns beat the Kings in a tightly contested game. 112 to 110. Box score, who was the main scorer? Devin Booker again. 32 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. Sacramento's main scorer, Buddy Hield, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Matchup-wise, the Kings were up by 4 points 4 different times in the first quarter. Then they blew that, let the Suns go up by 14 in the third. And then they did try tying the game at the end, but that really didn't work. They lost the game by 2, so Sacramento's been free-falling. Like, I think right now they're sitting in, 13th, 12 and 22 as I'm making this video. They're really bad. Yep, they're really bad. Now, okay, let's get this over with. Because I hate you, and I hate you even more. That's all I gotta say. Lakers beat the Trailblazers 128 to 120. No significant quarters. That's pretty good. Lakers main scorer, Kyle Kuzma actually off the bench. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. For Portland, it was Damian Lillard again, 31 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Matchup-wise, the Trailblazers were up by 4 points in the first quarter, and then the Lakers went up by 13, but they blew that in the third quarter, and then they went up and won the game by 8. Boom. That's it. I'm not speaking anything about this team. This team is overrated. Yes, you heard me. They are overrated. Now, the last game, Clippers lost to the Utah Jazz. Utah's starting to make that second quarter comeback. I'm telling you, the second half of the season, they're going to start making a comeback. I don't care what anyone says. They're always a second half of the season team. Utah's main scorer, Donovan Mitchell, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, but 5 turnovers. And then for the Clippers, it was Paul George, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Matchup-wise, the Clippers were up by 13 points in the first quarter. And then the Utah Jazz went up by 13, and that was the end of the game. And they won the game by 13. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting, ain't it? No? Well, I can understand. I gotta go and vote for the NBA All-Star Game, so, I can't vote yet. I got 3 hours and 22 minutes. Oh, ain't that nice? Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe with post notifications turned on and like the video. I gotta get these rolling.